Hello friends, welcome to my InfoTech Secrets videos, and today we are going to talk about the Linux basic system administration tasks. So my name is Malkius, and hope you will enjoy my video. So let's talk about the Linux. So Linux is designed to serve many users at the same time, and to provide an interface between the users and the computer with its storage media such as hard disks and tapes. Users have their own shells through which they interact with the operating system, but you may need to configure the operating system itself in different ways. You may need to add new users, devices like printers and scanners, and even file systems. Such operations comes under the heading of system administration. So the person who performs such as this kind of action is referred to as either a system administrator or a super user. So in this sense, there are two types of interaction with Linux: the regular users interactions and the super user who perform the system administration tasks. So we're gonna cover the operations such as changing system run levels, managing users, configuring printers, adding the file systems, and compiling the kernel. So you perform most of these tasks only rarely, such as adding a new printer or mounting a file system. So other tasks such as adding or removing users you perform on a regular basis. So the basic system administration covers topics such as system access by a super user. So selecting the run level to start system configuration files and the performance monitoring. So first of all, we are going to let me just basic system administration. So first we are going to talk about the super user control the root user. So to perform system administration operations, you must first have access rights such as the correct password that enables you to log in as a root user, making you the super user, because a super user has the power to change almost anything on the system, such as password is usually a carefully guarded secret, changed very frequently and given only to those whose job is to manage the systems. So with the correct password you can log into the system as a system administrator and configure the system in different ways. So you can start up and shut down the system, as well as change to a different operating mode such as a single user mode or multiple user mode, or with a graphic one, the GUI, graphic user interface. You can also add or remove users, add or remove whole file systems, backup and restore files, and even designate the system's name and address. So to become a super user, you log into the root user account. This is special account reserved for system management operations with the unrestricted access to all components of your Linux operating systems. So you can log in as a root user from either the GUI, a graphical user interface. Here is, you can see, so I'm logged in as a root. So you can see the account information here, root, and or from the command line login prompt, like here. So I'm I'm accessing my system through the PuTTY, and this is CLI, so command line interface. So you then access to all administrative tools using a GUI interface like GNOME. The root user has access to a number of Red Hat GUI administrative tools such as Red Hat config packages for installing software, or Red Hat config users for managing users. If you log in from the command line interface, you can run corresponding administrative command like RPM to install package, or user add to add a new user from your GUI desktop. So you can also run command line administrative tool using a terminal window. The command line interface for the root user uses a special prompt, the sharp sign that is here, the number. So this is example. The user logs in the prompt system as a root user and receives the prompt like this one. So if you type here who am I, so you can see I'm a root. So this is how you access. So let me give you an example. If I click a duplicate session, so it's gonna ask me like login as, so I'm logging as root, and I given my password. You can see here the number sign. So this means this is a root user, and where you are, like you are in the root directory, and you can see all the shortcuts. This is like the directories and the files inside the root directory. So we just exit from here, and so let's talk about the root user password. This is our first topic. So as the root user, you can use a password command to change the password for the root login as well as for any other user on the system. So this is the password command. So you just type like a PASS and press the tab key, so it will take automatically. So this is a command to change the password. So the password command will check your password with the pluggable authentication modules that calls PAM. It's pluggable authentication modules. So as we discussed earlier, to see if you have a selected one that can be easily correct, to more easily change your root password from the GUI interface, you can use the Red Hat config root password tool. So let's say if you want to change the root password, so you just type password and you given the name of the root, and it will ask you for the new password. So you just give your and confirm again. So my password is like a very easy one, so that's why it's saying bad password is based on dictionary words. So but you can give the strong password to to see the security reasons. So you must take the precaution to protect your root password. Anyone who gains access as the root user will have the complete control over your system. So the online manual for the password command provides details, recommendations for handling and choosing your password. For example, never store your password in a file on your system, and never choose one based on any accessible information such as your phone number or date of birth. A basic guideline is to make your password as complex as possible using a phrase or several words or numbers and upper and lower case. So yet something you can still remember easily, so you never have to write it down. You can access the password online manual page with the command of man, and just type here Looks like the man is not installed, so we just need to okay, the package for the manual page was not installed, so we just type again, and you see, so man, it will give you all the information, the parameters about the password you can use. So you just enter, and it will automatically scroll down. You can see that the description here for the password, and the options you can use for, there's a whole information about the password. So yeah, this is how you can check the parameters of the password and the files, the bugs, and all the information you can get from the man page, that is a manual. So yeah, that's about the root password. Let's move to the next task, is SU. That means super user. So well, while you are logged into a regular user account, it may be necessary for you to log in as a root and become a super user. Ordinarily, you would have to log out of your user account first and then log into the root. Instead, you can use the su command. This means switch user, to log in directly to the root while remaining logged into your user account. So if you are using the GUI desktop like a GNOME here, you can enter the su command from a terminal window, or use Alt Control F1 to switch to a command line interface. You can just go to the application system tools. This is a CentOS systems. I had installed only the minimal the CentOS minimal ISO image, so I don't have that much. I just need to install whatever I will go through in this video. So this is a terminal, you can use it. So when you are logged in as a root, you can use su to log in as any user without providing the password. So let me give you the example. We are going to add one user here. The simple way is like there's a command to add the user, is a user add. So so let's give the name user 1, or just give like the test user, simple. So this entry will save inside the password file. So if you go to if you tail to etc and password file, this contains all the information of about the user. Let's see here. So here the new users, we just added this, the test user. This is a home directory for the test, and this is a bash for this user, and the user ID, UID, and group ID. So all the information you can find in the password file. So we just added the test user. So we were talking about the SU, the super user, or switch user. So if we just give su to the test user, enter, yep, so you become now a test user. So if I give pwd, you are still in the, just type the cd pwd, yeah, here. So you can see now you are in the home directory of the test user. So let's talk about the next thing, is the security.